Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. This is your Realtor Hugo Quintanilla with another live about real estate. Today, we're going to have the real estate rundown, navigating the market trends and insights for today's home seekers. Please stay tuned and share the live with anyone you know that might be interested in learning a little bit more about real estate and how it can benefit you and those around you. Today, it's going to be a compilation of a few of the most popular real estate news stories of the week and just what's impacting the market and really influencing it more than anything else, apart from myself. I hope you're all having a great night. I am Hugo Quintanilla, like I said earlier. Please scan the QR code to join the YouTube channel and just support. Leave a like, leave a share, comment, tell somebody, just tell everybody to come through. We do this every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. But this is a live to teach you and those around you a little bit more about real estate and how it can benefit you. Because I really do believe that real estate is one of the easiest and most steady ways to grow wealth in America. And every day I'm learning more and more why that is. So, today, a lot of the stories that we're going to be talking about, I kind of got a little distracted because I started looking at a lot of news stories, and I tend to avoid the news because, for obvious reasons, the news can be very bleak at times. So I tend to just stay in my lane and just focus on what's going down with my immediate little world and, look at the numbers, because I know that even though numbers might be about 30 days behind, numbers are still something I can tangibly show you. And it's something that really matters to the client more than anything else. I can show an appraiser, hey, these numbers were the numbers that we had last year. These were the numbers that we had before. But we, I feel, are entering uncharted territory where I feel that there might be a few news stories coming up in the next few weeks that could greatly impact the state of the economy. So keep your eyes and ears available and make sure that you're paying attention and tuning in. This is not the time to tune out of the news and the news cycle, even as bleak as it might get. But news story number one, China's housing minister says real estate developers must go bankrupt if necessary. China's struggling property developers won't be getting a major bailout, authorities indicated, warning that those who harm the country basically will have to pay for their sins. I'm paraphrasing. That is really the biggest news story that we've had is what is China's real estate market going to look like? What is going to happen to these properties? How is China then going to make up this difference that has happened, this bubble that is bursting within their territory when it comes to development? Number two from Fox Business, what $1 million will fetch you in the world's most expensive real estate markets? Prices in luxury real estate markets remain high, meaning $1 million won't get you very far. And that's really is the truth. Within the 6 years or so that I've been working in the industry, I have seen the median housing price go from, I think at its lowest, 350,000 to, I think right now we are close to 478,000 in just about 6 years. So you can imagine it's been quite a ride. And we're seeing all-time highs when it comes to the economy, but that sometimes doesn't translate to the real estate market. But what we're seeing is that in a lot of areas, the minimum housing, the affordable housing, has now gone up in value, whereas we're seeing luxury pricing just become completely unattainable for some people. At a certain price point, we are seeing just you really have to be in a different tax bracket to start shopping at those properties. So we're seeing a decline in luxury property sales, but at the same time, we're seeing a rise in home prices for the more affordable homes. So, like this article says, even in luxury locations, $1 million won't get you a lot anymore. Number three, a article from Forbes: four commercial real estate trends to watch in 2024. Most importantly, industry players are leaning towards coping with the highest borrowing costs seen in over 15 years. And that's really another big story that we're following throughout the year: is how is the commercial real estate sector going to be impacting the overall economy? If you maybe have heard, there are banks that are heavily invested in commercial real estate, and that is dragging down a lot of their portfolios. So, with that being said, and with the economy really reliant heavily on the banking system and the news cycle reporting on banking and sometimes overhyping something to the point that the normal everyday person thinks to take out all their money, you know, sometimes the news can blow a fear out of proportion. And, I heard a rumor that we were supposed to have a bank run today, quote unquote, the 311. But it's kind of one of these things that you have to be able to discern the truth and the facts from the fiction. Um, yes, can is there always a risk of something going wrong? Of course, but when it push comes to shove, really staying informed of the trends is really the most that you can do. Commercial real estate has always had a place in portfolios. It's just now at this point we're at a juncture where people are rebalancing their portfolios, and that is actually the biggest debate that we're having right now. We're seeing celebrity influencers, real estate influencers like Grant Cardone talk about how this is kind of a correction, this is the biggest correction that we're ever going to have, while at the same time saying that this is going to be a huge opportunity for people to pick up prime real estate from institutional portfolios. That may be true, but I feel like that's just going to be such a small case, um, possibly in such a small sector of the country. I don't think it's going to impact everyone everywhere. That would be catastrophic. There's balance to the system, that there always has been and there always will be. So, it's just interesting to see the takes that people get on the data, but staying ahead of the trends from like a third party company like Forbes isn't a bad idea. Number four, a market insider: the top three real estate stocks to buy in March 2024. And this is from Investor Place, a start market news, stock advice, and trading tips platform. They basically talk a little bit about some stocks to look into. I can tell you myself, Berkshire Hathaway is a great stock to look into. Huge portfolio of properties, and yeah, just learning about the stock market is something worth paying attention to. Some people recommend 15% of your income to go to saving into stocks, so something self-directed or a 401k. It isn't bad, especially in times like these when we have such growth so fast. um, don't think about it as trying to get rich quick. You're not going to become a millionaire off of stocks, and picking out, um, winning bets. At that point, you're gambling. You're not investing. You're gambling, and that's kind of the opposite of what true investing is. And, investing is safe. Investing is a return on your investment. It's dividends. It's growth. Yeah. I'll just leave it there because I could go all day long talking about stocks and how they can really grow your portfolio of wealth. It's just you have to do your education on it because it's tricky, and you have to know what you're getting into more than anything else. I've had great bets pay off, but there were times and years when those bets were really hard to, you know, keep on the balance sheet. Another article from Forbes says why commercial real estate might make for better investments. If you're thinking of investing in property, it might be helpful to understand the differences between residential and commercial real estate. We are seeing a lot of different projects. I was actually speaking to my own mother about this, that are crowdsourcing investment funds and investor funds to buy buildings and to develop them for, of course, renting and leasing out. So once you have these buildings under the new ownership, you can do whatever you want with them. It's just, how do you get this funding? How do you get this money to buy out these buildings? And who can be the person to collect all this money? And that's really the biggest name in the game right now. Is we're seeing a lot of private institutions come in and invest and believe in people and become really the champions of this type of construction. I would look at organizations such as, I believe it's Brick by Brick, where they sell you a brick, which is an investment, and then an investment in a building. So all the investors all have their own bricks, and together they crowdsource the value of that building. How they divide up the benefits of that building, or what the benefits of that building are, I couldn't tell you. I didn't go too much into the company, but there are a lot of different organizations and platforms working all throughout the world to do stuff like that. But if you are interested in commercial real estate or investing in property that might be at a great discount coming up, commercial real estate is a great spot to look at. Another Business Insider article: these 28 regional and community banks exceeded regulators' threshold for high commercial real estate concentration risk. And that's really, again, the biggest drag that we're having on the economy right now. A lot of the bank sheets of some of these banks are falling into dangerous territory because of their commercial leases being on default. We're not seeing people come and, take up these office spaces. We're seeing companies run leaner and meaner, and they're more efficient that way. We're seeing a lot of bootstrap efforts to start new companies, and people are a lot more savvy with their investments because money is kind of tight right now, if you haven't noticed. We are at all-time highs, but the American consumer doesn't feel that way. And really, there are tons of economists that have recently been talking about a vibe session, and how we didn't have a recession, but we had a kind of public sentiment of how the economy should be, that was completely contrary to the numbers and all the mathematics that we had seen up to this point. So it's going to be interesting to see how the economy goes through this, either breaks all-time highs to develop a new baseline high, or readjusts and corrects. Because to me, I feel like we're in no man's land right now. We're either at the precipice of a huge breakthrough, or of a middle to medium correction, at least till the short term, till we can get some solid footing on what's happening with inflation more than anything else, and the job market. Another article, actually, this one from Syracuse.com, Madison County Real Estate. See all the homes sold between uh, March 2nd and March 8th. There were a lot of very interesting transactions that happened there. But one of the key things that you can note in a lot of your local markets is the price of the property at what it listed and what it sold at. Usually takes about 30 days to get that under the kind of the updated information on the MLS, on the system. So just make sure that be patient, especially if you're thinking about selling your home, till you see those numbers. Because if you feel like maybe the market might be softening in your area, seeing those numbers and seeing if the trajectory is going up, if it's going down, is a good way to kind of gauge how the market's going. During winter and inclement weather, people don't want to sell their homes. During summer and warm weather, they really want to. So you tend to see more transactions those times. So take those data points and work with a realtor to give you that information, because it's going to be the most up to date. Fox Business did an article on NVIDIA's CEO having an extensive real estate portfolio. Jensen Huang has seen major success with NVIDIA, and according to the Wall Street Journal, invested some of it in properties. As you all know, NVIDIA has been the darling unicorn of this cycle already, and just set all-time highs again and again. They are predicting that they're going to be doing, I believe, a split to try to make it a little bit more affordable, and hopefully, again, keep raising interest in AI and the development of those chips that have become so valuable. But more than anything else, NVIDIA's CEO has really been very thoughtful about where he invested his money. So check out that article about some of the properties he has, and see what you like. And I think that actually might be the majority of the stories. Two, four, six, eight. No, I got two more for you. Another commercial story from Yahoo Finance. Commercial real estate exposed how investors should assess risk. New York Community Bank, NYCB, will receive a $1 billion rescue from a group of investors led by former U.S. Treasury. So that is really going to be the headline for this week. Is where is this bank going? What is it doing? Is it going to be here for the long run? A lot of people believe that it's in worse shape than it's leading on, but a lot of investors believe that it's a lot sturdier than they are actually letting people believe. So yes, they are admitting some of their losses, but at the same rate, they apparently have this funding and this trust behind them. So we will see. And last, to end today's session, we have CNBC with China doubles down on manufacturing. I feel like all the stories this week have been about Asia. China doubles down on manufacturing, leaving real estate behind. China revealed this week it aims to spend more than $1 billion to bolster manufacturing and domestic technology in a bid to win money, probably. I'm paraphrasing there. But yeah, it's really a race more than anything. Now that AI has leveled the playing field to a lot of the first world countries, um, it's going to be interesting to see where China finds themselves after this boom, because the real estate market was a very big pillar of maintaining their economy. And they've lost a lot of manufacturing power to countries like Mexico. But we still have wait to see what happens with alliances like BRICS, and those nations working together for their own trade purposes. That could also be bolstered by this type of manufacturing push. So I wish them personally all the best. I hope everyone does well. I don't think we live in a world where we should have a zero sum um, game, but I also haven't been around for 200 plus years of history to keep up and keep track of. But God bless everybody that has. Thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate every one of you for watching this live. This is another weekly rundown. I am Hugo Quintanilla, your local realtor in Maryland, licensed with Long and Foster, North Potomac, Rockville. I actually thought about it. The best way I can really say it, I am your international realtor. How you like that? Yeah. So, if you need anything, 240-389-4846, Hugo at lnf.com is my email. And yourrealtorhugo.com is my website. So please feel free, touch base, leave any questions, comments, likes, feedback on the platform of your choice. This evening we were on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, X, and LinkedIn. So again, I appreciate all of you tuning in, and those that catch the replay more than anything else, I'm seeing you guys. Thank you so much for doing that, and liking, even if it's after the fact. It really just warms my heart to see that you guys are learning and sending me comments and questions, and maybe telling me to explain things better, because sometimes I get distracted and I don't explain things the best. So thank you. I will catch you all tomorrow. Have a great week. Make it an awesome week, and yeah, be safe out there. Take care.